Namaste friends. In this video, we are going to discuss on constitutional bodies and statutory bodies. What are constitutional bodies? Constitutional bodies refers to institutions or organizations that are established and mandated by the constitution of a country. Formation, function, duties and power of constitutional bodies determined by the constitution to perform specific function. For example, Commission for Investigation of Abuse of Authority have specific function of corruption control. Public Service Commission have specific function of recruitment for public service. Election Commission have specific function of conduct free and fair election. In narrow sense, 13 constitutional bodies provisioned in Part 21 to 27 in our Constitution are constitutional bodies. But in wider sense, Attorney General, Language Commission, Interprovincial Council and other entities which are mentioned in Constitution all are constitutional bodies. Impartial appointment, independence and autonomy, job security, assurance to implementation of recommendation, unrestricted access to source of information, these are the essential conditions for effective function of constitutional bodies. Let's discuss qualification for appointment as a commissioner or chief commissioner of constitutional body. Most of the constitutional bodies need bachelor degree as qualification. The person should be attained age of 45 and not cross 65, not being member of political party, high moral character, experience should be 20 years and tenure will be 6 years. There will be 4 commissioners and 1 chief commissioner, altogether 5 people, and condition of vacant the post if person resigns or attains 65 years old or impeachment passed from parliament or removed by president in the recommendation of constitutional council for the inability to function the duty because of physical or mental illness or the person died, the post will be vacant. As we have 13 constitutional bodies and in wider sense there are more than 13 as well, but I found 3 constitutional bodies are more important in point of view of Public Service Commission exam. Let's talk about the function, duties and power of Commission of Investigation of Abuse of Authority. It has the right to investigation on corruption carried by a person holding public office, investigation on corruption carried by person who can remove by impeachment, judicial council or army act after they have been removed from office. After investigation, the CIA may file case in the competent court if investigation shows corruption. CIA can write to the concerned office to take action if the case is not under the jurisdiction of CIA. It can delegate its power regarding function, duties and power on the conducting of investigation or filing case to chief commissioner or commissioner of any employees of government of Nepal. Other function, duties, power and rule as per the federal law. Our constitution have this provision regarding function, duties and power of Commission of Investigation of Abuse of Authority. There is one precedent, that is Badri Bahadur Karki versus CIA. The decision number is 7001. In this case, the Supreme Court said the CIA, which is an autonomous constitutional body, had the authority to independently initiate legal proceeding. The provision is aimed at enacting the Commission's autonomy. The decision of whether the Commission should handle the particular case on its own or delegate other is within the Commission's discretion. This is the landmark case regarding CIA and Attorney General. Let's see function, duty and power of Public Service Commission. It has the duty of conduct examination to select candidate for civil service post, conduct written examination to select candidate for security sector, bodies, corporate and other federal governmental service. Public Service Commission should be consulted for making appointment and promotion of security sector and other federal government service. Public Service Commission should consulted on the law relating condition and service of employee of body corporate. No permanent appointment in pensionable position without consultation with Public Service Commission. Public Service Commission should be consulted on law-related federal service principle of making appointment and promotion, departmental action, and change in service matter fall under the jurisdiction of Judicial Service Commission will, according to Article 154 of the Constitution. It can delegate its power regarding function, duties, and power of conducting examination and other things to any commissioner or any official of employee of Government of Nepal. Other function, duties, and power and rules will be as per federal law. And this is another important commission which is directly related with the implementation of federalism in our country, the National Natural Resources and Fiscal Commission. Its function, duties, and power are determine the detailed basis and modality of distribution of revenue, make recommendation about equalization grants, prepare parameter as to conditional grant, determine the detailed basis and modality of distribution of revenue, recommend measures to meet expenditure to federal, province, and local government and to reform revenue collection, analyze macroeconomic indicator and recommend ceilings of internal loans, review the basis of distribution of revenue, set basis of determination of shares, investment, and return in mobilizing the natural resources among three levels of government, conduct study and research on possible dispute among three levels of government that may arise and make suggestion to prevent of such disputes, conduct study and research on environmental impact assessment. These are the basic function, duties, and power of National Natural Resources and Fiscal Commission. Let's talk about statutory bodies. Statutory bodies are organizations or entities that are created by legislation or statute. Statutory bodies can vary in nature and scope, ranging from regulatory agency, professional licensing board, public commission, to specialized authorities overseeing various sectors such as finance, education, healthcare, or environmental protection. In our context of Nepal, National Human Rights Commission, Women Commission, Dalit Commission was primarily established as statutory bodies. Later, they upgraded as constitutional body. Statutory bodies, for example, National Vigilance Center, National Information Commission, National Farmers Commission, Deposit and Credit Guarantee Fund. These are the some example of statutory bodies. What is the difference between constitutional bodies and statutory bodies? Constitutional body established by constitutional provision, statutory body established by Parliament enacted legislation. Constitutional body responsible to a legislative, statutory body responsible to executive branch of government. Constitutional bodies' function do not affect with change of government, but statutory body, their function affected by change of government because they are directly under the supervision of government. In constitutional body, constitution provisions basic power, duties, and responsibility. Though it needs law, for example, there is Public Service Commission Act, but some basic provisions are already in there in constitution. But in statutory body, power, duties, and responsibility are determined by legislation only. In constitutional body, annual report present to President and through President it submit to Parliament and it will be discussed there. But for statutory body, there is no need to present report to President and Parliament. Constitutional bodies are permanent in nature. Statutory body, they establish for permanent or temporary requirement. For example, Truth and Reconciliation Commission, this is statutory body established for fulfilling the transitional justice. After fulfilling its task, it will be dissolved. It is called constitutional body, but other hand, this statutory body is called governmental body. And constitutional bodies the power to frame rules to regulate internal function. For statutory body, the rules are determined by government. These are the basic differences between constitutional body and statutory body. Now we come to conclusion. It is important to note that constitutional bodies have a unique role in safeguarding the constitution and democratic principle, while statutory bodies focus on implementing specific laws and regulations within their designated area. No matter the institution is constitutional body or statutory body, their ultimate function are effective service delivery, bridging people and government, and building confidence of people toward the governance system. Here comes end of our discussion. Thank you for listening to me. If you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. Thank you very much.